Hi, welcome to me and my interesting little adventures. So, if you watched me this morning, you knew that I had arrived in Zurich and I am doing a little bit of tourism in Zurich. And I have found you one of the reasons why Europe is the dream for a lot of people. I am trying to share the camera so you can see what is in the flip, but for some reason the sun is right there in the camera and the camera just refuses to show you. So I will turn around 360 and let you see what is behind me. So I am by the water. It's got swan scene. I'll come and do breakfast in this little bistro, but let's turn again. Look at those houses on the water's edge. See, I can see me living in one of these. Yeah, I love opulence. It is one of the things that the Middle East has now made into my norm. I like beautiful. And right now, to be frankly sincere, I'm looking at Zurich as a potential destination. So it was always Portugal for me. If I left the Middle East, it was always Portugal. That was the only thing I was actually thinking might get me close to the Middle Eastern experience with a European twist. Right now, we've got a new contender, enter Zurich. And this is why Zurich has entered contention. The weather, beautiful. I mean, I've left hot Abu Dhabi. It's the summer, so it is hellishly hot. And I've come here to glorious sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine. And it's not just light in the sunshine, it is warmth. So I've come from excessive heat, but I don't feel cold. My coat was the first thing I dropped. And yeah, fancy sitting here, which is what I'm going to do very soon. Pull out my laptop and have a meeting and do some work. Gifty. Hey, this camera, which is not flicking. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I now figure out why. I took something out of the phone, and then when I put it back, there's a paper at the back of it which has gone behind the camera. That's why you people can't see. You poor beautiful souls could not see the fantabulousness of what I want to share with you, because the paper was blocking. I was thinking, I'm flicking, but why are you not seeing? Okay, let me share the European dream with you. Look at this couple and their dog. Look. Yes, I like home life. I like family life. I like camaraderie. I like, and I like it happening in this beautiful, glorious place. Look at that. But let me show you what else I like. I like this green of Zurich. Goodness, I love the green in Zurich. I love the water. If I ever come to live here, the waterfront will be where I will find myself most of the day. Can you imagine living in one of these suburbs? It is so picturesque. When you stand on the top to view, I'm going to go in the cable cars very soon. And when I get in the cable cars, I can envisage that I will give you one hell of a shot. There's a big open space here. And I am deciding between that and one of these benches to pull out my laptop and do breakfast and chill. I want to share this with you, and I want you to see them with me. I've discovered something about life. If you wait until all the stars align, you will wait in vain, because they never all align. Some of them do, others don't. That's one of the key things I have learned from my life and I move forward with. Particularly, So this trip is actually not a leisure trip. It's not. It is a trip with a lot of serious work for me to do. However, I could have booked a direct, boring flight from Abu Dhabi to Manchester. Where was the fun in that? I decided that I was going to make a detour, and I was going to make a detour, chose Zurich. Initially, I was thinking Vienna, but Zurich it was. So here we are in Zurich. I'm making this beautiful stop in Zurich. When am I coming? To Stockholm. Charles, hey, you need to invite me to Stockholm. I've never done Stockholm. I've done Malmo. Yeah, I've not done Stockholm. I did Malmo, and I did Malmo in the summer. Malmo is not as hot as here. Malmo was not as hot as Zurich is. Zurich, mwah. Yeah, Malmo is Nordic, and you feel the Nordic chill. Well, I felt the Nordic chill when I arrived, and I arrived in June as well, same time as this. So that's part of the reason why Zurich is ticking off my boxes and ticking them off beautifully. So all you have to do, Charles, is to invite yours truly to Stockholm and send me my ticket. I shall be up there. I don't know how long this will last, but for the time being, all I have to do. Yeah, I was talking to this guy that I got, who was my seatmate, and I was saying, sometimes you see situations and they make you so grateful. This one, I've always been grateful for this. When I traveled in Europe, I have always been grateful. Please don't think I've been ungrateful ever. I've not. I've always been grateful. It's been very helpful to have the freedom of movement around the EEA. DJ Amufa, what has actually struck me, and it's something I wanted to share with you guys, maybe in a separate broadcast, but it's come up to my mind, so let me just touch on it. All the time, I speak to Black people, and we discuss the difficulties of our movement. Okay, the most people that I talk to around this are Black West Africans, and we talk and we lament about the difficulty of mobility with the West African passports. When I only spoke to West Africans around this, I had the notion that this had a racial connotation to it. I did. Then I widened my net and started talking to a lot of other people, and I thought that it was race linked. No, not really. I started talking to the Caribbeans. I started talking to the Jamaicans. I talked to the Barbadians, and I realized that those guys were not having the same mobility issues that the Black West Africans were having. And I was thinking, Recently, since I have been traveling, especially since I've been traveling with Toastmasters in particular, we travel in groups, don't we? And Toastmasters is a very multicultural group. One of the things I have realized is that it's actually not the race. It is the kind of passport you have. So recently I was in Jordan, and I'm a Black woman. Jordan is a classic Arab place. And yeah, people would expect that I would have issues with mobility. I don't. When I arrived in Jordan, it was a touch and go, as it has been in most other places. But this time I was actually traveling with, well, I didn't travel with them. I went on my own on my flights, but they had gone on a separate flight, and we got talking. My Indian friends were telling me the experience they had had. Some of my other friends. And on my return, actually, I flew in with a Spanish couple. And I realized, even with a European passport, the Spanish, they had a lot more questions to answer than me with a British passport, really. For me, it was, the guy didn't even open the passport, and it was my friend who says, oh, they don't even check your passport. And I realized, actually, no, most people don't check my passport. I got in this morning, and obviously we are no longer Europeans, so you have to go to all other nationalities. I hate that line. I hate that line with a passion. But all other nationalities. So obviously I am in the queue with all other nationalities. And as I'm in the queue with all other nationalities, I began, because I like people watching, I began to pay attention to those who were ahead of me. And I realized that some of these people are Asian, some of these people are from places, but they had questions to answer. The guy I was talking to, who was my seatmate, he's half Swiss and half Japanese, so we're talking culture and a lot of things. And he pointed out, did you notice that literally I walked in, the guy took my passport, he says, oh, you only here for a little while? I'm like, yeah, I'm just spending the day. And you're going back to Manchester? I'm like, yes, you are. I am. Have a fabulous day. It's a beautiful day outside. That's it. Some of these people at the counters were answering questions about what they are here for, what's the purpose of their stay, and I'm like, whoa. And in these experiences, something struck me, Abbas. It is not about your race. It is actually about the passport you carry. Yeah. And if you want to change your experience, well, you can't change your race, can you? You cannot change your race. But there are certain things that are within your power that you can change. There is something within your power that you can change. And for some people, it might be that you change nationalities. I think that's one of the things that I've seen people do. I've seen a lot of my Arab friends buy second nationalities here because they like to have easy movement in the European Economic Area. So I've seen people buy second nationalities so that travel becomes easier. It surprised me when I saw some of the Arabs do it, because I thought that their passports were solid enough. But yeah, mobility issues when you have a European passport helps. Albert, I would love to see you. I would love to see you. I hope the stars align so I can see you soon. Yeah. The other thing you can do, the most important thing you can do to help yourself and make life easy for yourself. I was answering this question. Ahan, everybody asked me that question, and that question now doesn't have a simple answer, you know. Where am I from? This morning, I am from Abu Dhabi. And at the moment, I am sitting in Zurich. That's one answer of where am I from. You wanted to know, most people ask me about my nationality. That's easy. You can read it, right? Yeah, that's my nationality. That is one of, so this is one of the where am I froms. I think officially, when people ask me where am I from, this is my official answer. Yeah. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. That's where I'm from. Is that the other one you want? But when most people ask you where are you from, they are not actually asking you where you are from. They are asking where your genes are from. Where's your skin pigmentation from? Which is that the one you want to ask? Well, that's easy. My genes, my heritage, my identity is pure, unadulterated Ghanaian. Yeah, Ghana baby. Yeah. So which of those where are you from were you asking? Hopefully I've exhausted all the where I'm from. Oh, the other place I haven't said I'm from, well, my actual hometown, where all my things exist in, which is where I am heading tonight. I'm actually heading home tonight. Home. I am going to Manchester. I'm a Manc. I'm a Manchester girl. My home is in Manchester. My people are in Manchester. Yeah. So yeah, have I answered all the where are you from questions? Sister Lucy, mwah. So you are asking, I think it's the heritage question you were asking. Yeah, Albert, you are very kind. I am pure, unadulterated, unapologetic Ghanaian. Yeah. Unapologetic, no explanation given, with pride in my blood, Ghanaian. Yeah. Hello, how you doing? Yeah. But at the moment, even the where I am from, so I was telling you guys, and I tell the girls that I teach, I have lived in the United. Hey, Tolu, look, I am here in Zurich. I'm chilling in Zurich for a few hours, basking in the sun the way you can't do right now. Yeah. I was saying to one of the girls, some of the girls this week actually, and we're talking about, so when their anthem plays, I sing. And I sing their anthem with them. And I encourage the kids to sing the anthem. And I'm very, very good, Sheila. Very good, sis. I sing the anthem with them. I encourage them to sing the anthem. And they would say to me, you know, you are the only expert who does that. Certainly the only one who knows how to sing the anthem. And I have made the effort to know the anthem and to sing the anthem and to model the patriotism that I want the children to have. Oh yeah. Oh, Bismarck. Oh yeah. So my children had lived in the Middle East for 10 years. But they've returned to the UK and they've integrated back in with no effort. None whatsoever. And my silly children thought that the way their life is how life is for everybody. My daughter's first thing. She was trying to do something with her flatmates. And they were thinking, well, we can jump on a quick flight and go to Europe. And one of the girls is like, flight? Well, that we need a passport. And my daughter's like, yeah, sure. And the girl is trying to explain to my daughter, well, you need a passport, which is her way of telling my daughter she doesn't have one. She's Brit, born, bred. Sister Mary, Sister Mary, look, I am living it up for a few hours in Zurich. And yeah, this is not a bad place to sit and have this wonderful conversation with you guys, right? So the girl is trying to explain to my poor, silly daughter that she doesn't have a passport. And my daughter's like, what do you mean? But you are white. And you are British. Sister Mary, you know I love you. You know I love you, Sister Mary. Yeah. And my daughter said, but you are Brit. You are white. The girl is like, yeah. I'm all those things. So my daughter has always had a passport. So she assumed that a passport is something that was given to you on the day you got your birth certificate. My daughter didn't even know you had to go and apply for your birth certificate. My daughter thinks, oh, you were here for 15 days. Oh, 15 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm just stopping here for a day. So she brings this and she's like, I don't understand what, I think I've offended my flatmate. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, we're trying to do something and she is stalling. She doesn't want to do it. And her excuse is she doesn't have a passport. I'm like, there's a lot of British people who don't have a passport. They've never had the opportunity to travel anywhere. It's never been necessary for them to have a passport. So they don't have a passport. Yeah, Sister Mary, there's a whole bucket list around Switzerland that people have given me today. I'm only going to be able to touch on it a little bit. Now, I almost regret. Yesterday, they gave me an option to reroute my return trip back to Zurich, but I thought that I prefer the original. So on my return, I'm making a stop in Frankfurt, not Zurich. But yeah, I'm almost regretting not returning to Zurich because a day is not going to be enough. Sister Lucy. Anyway, my daughter discovered that you actually do need to buy and pay for your antihistamines. You've picked up my issue already, Sister Mary. And 5 seconds here without antihistamines, you can already hear me zim zim zim. And yeah, when I leave here, I need to hit a pharmacy. I think I brought some. My daughter packed medication for me. I hope she packed antihistamines, but if she didn't, I need to go and get it ASAP. My allergies are ridiculous. And now that I have not lived in Europe for a while, when I return, they flare up. So yeah, my daughter's like, Mom, so, and I'm like, kid, even the birth certificate, you have to go and apply for it and you have to get it. The seafront, well, the waterfront here, Sister Mary, especially when you do it from that bridge and you look down, oh, listen, I'm in love. And yeah, now Zurich is one of the places that I may actually consider in my exit strategy from the Middle East in returning into the European life. It's going to be very difficult, love, to return to the life I left behind a decade ago. So yeah, this morning I'm sat here reflecting. But yeah, I was telling you the story with my daughter. My daughter says, so I explained to my daughter that we had to go and apply for her birth cert when she was born, and then after the certificate was issued, we got a passport, because I traveled with my daughter. I think she was maybe 2 months, or yeah, we traveled with my daughter when she was 2 months. So as soon as she was born, as soon as we got the birth certificate, we got a passport. So my daughter thinks that a passport is something that is given by default. Oh, thank you. And she's like, oh my God. So the girl is telling my daughter that she has never gone out to the UK before. My silly daughter is like, what do you mean? I've never left the UK. But you are 20. Yes, I have never left the UK. But you are British. Yes, but I've still never left the UK. Yeah, that brings me to the other factor, which makes all the difference. So if you want to live a good life, if you want people to treat you well, you want to do 2 other things. One of them is influence. That's one of the reasons why this social capital we are all building platforms like this. This morning when I finished, I said to the young lad that I was talking to, I would love to bring him to the platform. I would love you guys to meet him. And he says, oh, what does the platform look like? So I opened my Facebook and I'm like, oh. And he's like, oh my God, you are famous. You are famous. And I'm like, no, I'm not famous. But yeah, I've got a little bit of social capital. Yeah, that helps a lot. A little bit of influence. It helps a lot. You can get it in so many places. You can get it in social capital, like I've mentioned. And then we got talking about research and my interests. And as soon as that comes up, he says, oh, I've just done my master's. I'm like, oh, okay. You are proper hardcore ludic. I'm just touch and go ludic. And I bring it to my things. We got talking and he says, you got a doctorate. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that was another way to put a little bit of respect to your name. You want to be like me? Yeah, and another, right now, me is not too bad, is it? Yeah, being me is not too bad. I have decided being me is cool. I will own it. No, I'm not going to say being me is bad, because it's not. Yeah. The other thing, which is the most important thing, if you don't want to be treated with disregard, if you don't want people to trample on your rights, if you don't want people to disrespect you, if you don't want people to, is to have vitamin M. Mwah. Mullah. I walked into a place, and as soon as I walked into the place, this girl is being very nice to me. We are talking, and I'm thinking, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is this girl picking up, and why is she being nice? After a while, she comes back. This is a very old bag I've had, but obviously she recognizes the brand. Okay, so she picks it up and she comes and she says, oh, I love your bag. I'm like, oh, yay. Oh, I've had it a few years, whatever. And she's like, yeah. Oh my God, I see it's not brand new, but yeah, that's a cool bag. I've been dreaming of buying one of those. You know, those bags are not cheap. I'm like, well, to be honest, right now, I'm cheap. I bought it when I wasn't as cheap as I am right now. And we got talking. And then I took something else out. And I could see from her reaction, she didn't think that I was here to beg anything of her. The way she was willing to engage with me was significantly different. I can envisage a lot of people meeting me in other situations and also having a very interesting experience. I walked into the tourist shop with her. The girl wrote out all the things. Then somebody else arrived and they started talking to the person about the cost of things. This girl, honest truth, never asked me once if I could afford to pay for nothing. And I'm a black woman. Most of the time we would have had these issues to discuss. Yay, Lisa! Yo, I need to speak to you. It's really good to catch you live. Most of the time, I'm in Zurich now en route to Manchester. When I'm back, I will certainly come and we will finish setting up this date because I need to talk to you, sis. I need to talk to you. Coco Abner, she never once asked me whether I can afford it or not, because I think somehow in the way I had presented to this girl, she had figured out that I could pay. So I showed her my ticket and I went to get to the air cars, and she says, well, my ticket won't quite get there because the ticket I got is a daily ticket, but it's within Zurich. I need to pop, if she sells it to me, she will have to resell that one I've already bought. So get out of the shop, come here and come and enjoy some sun, and once I've enjoyed this, come back to the Hauptbahnhof. And when I get to the Hauptbahnhof, Sister Angela, well, I've run away from you for a few days. I am chilling in Zurich, but when I come back, I am not traveling this summer. So if you happen to be here a little bit of the time, girl, sis, we need to touch base. We really do. When you come back here, you can go and top up. You are here till the 8th. Fabulous. I'll be back on Sunday, so as soon as I get back, I will come and finalize that meeting because I need to speak to you. This other girl comes in and she starts talking to her about the price. You know, what is your budget? So this one costs this much, this one costs that much. And as she was having that conversation with her, something clicked. Yes, please message me. I've missed you. Something clicked. The conversation she had with me and the conversation she had with her was completely different. And in fact, the conversation she had with her is the conversation most people will expect her to have with me typically. I am the black woman. We are the ones who get treated that way typically. Why did she not do that with me? Why did she not do that with me? Somehow, in my presentation of self, in my carrying of self, in her priming of both of us, she had a suspicion that I probably can afford a 20 euro extension to my ticket and go and do whatever. She primed the other girl and somehow came to the conclusion that she needed to flag up the prices. For me, one of the things that I have come to know, which is the most important around how people treat you. And this thing has a way of exhibiting itself in ways that you may not recognize. Sometimes it's the subtle little things. My daughter says that when she travels, when she takes my business card with her, when she does things and she has my business card with her, the way people treat her is very different from when she has her own Dana card. The Dana card is an ordinary card, it's a card. I have a Dana card. But every time she's going places, she's like, Mom, can I have your business card? Can I have your business card? Can I have your business card? And I'm looking at this kid like, why? Because that's a black card. That's a black card. And if you go places with a black card, those who recognize the black card treat you in a whole different way than when you have the usual blue card. Oh, they do. Oh, yeah, they do. So if it's possible for you to work and get yourself a black card, honey, get one. Get one. It is possible for you to fly and go to places on the better end of things. Do so. Do so. If it is possible for you to, when people are selling influence and you can buy some for yourself, you can get some for yourself, go and get it. If you are somebody who can get it from academics, go and get it. Titles and certificates, don't let anybody tell you they are not important. They are very important. Their importance is establishing relevance. And in establishing relevance, you will change people's perception of you and it will influence the experience you live. Yeah. I am so very convinced that that thing is never a racial problem. It is a social positioning problem. But because a lot of us had only ever looked at it from a racial point, we assumed that it was a racial problem. Now I've seen quite a few people and I've realized that the last thing you should do to yourself. Hey, Sister Mary, you need to come and touch base with me. I don't know where you run to, but I am ready for you. So come and let's continue where we stopped off. Whatever you do, don't be poor. Whatever you do, don't be irrelevant. Romain, if you can help it, don't be irrelevant. If you can be important somehow, be important. If you can be significant somehow, be significant. I have done trips with my significant friends, and I have seen the significance they bring to the table change their life in ways. And this is me describing the improvements I've seen in my life, even in the humble positions that I find myself. Yeah. So whatever you do, get some influence. This trip, for example, I love this trip because the only things I have to pay for on this trip is the nonsense I'm doing in Zurich. I don't pay anything towards the flight. I don't pay anything towards the accommodation, nothing. In fact, even my dinner, if I want it to be covered, I can reclaim the amount of money, the food I'm buying in Zurich. If I don't want to pay for it, I can go and reclaim. Yeah. Today, I'm just going to do Zurich, but because of all of you guys and your recommendations, I need to come back. The minute my daughter sees this, my ear is going to break. So since she's been back, it's been Amman. And right now I've got an excuse. We can't go to Amman because there's unrest in the Middle East. And Amman is very close to Israel. So we can't do Jordan. So the minute she sees Zurich and the minute she sees the sunshine I seem to be enjoying right now, that girl is going to get on my case. And she's going to try and get in and have herself a trip here. So yeah. Please send me those suggestions. Send it to the inbox, please, so I can find it and I can collate whenever I can. I will definitely come back to Switzerland because, yeah, I can see the Alps from here. It's only a small peak you can see, but it's beautiful. The Swiss Alps are beautiful. Switzerland is gorgeous. It's got it all. It's got the green, it's got the weather, and the people here seem so relaxed. I was saying to somebody, now when I go to a lot of European cities, you see poverty. If you go to the UK, you see poverty, you touch poverty. I've not had that here. The people here seem to be very relaxed, very calm. Orlando, and I love that. I love that. Anyway, these are my musings on this morning. Agnes, it's not because you are black, it's because you are poor. It's not because you're a woman, it's because you are insignificant. Hey, Matilda, I am in Zurich. I'm coming home. I'll call you. Yeah? When I get home, I'll call you so we can talk, because you and I, we need to talk business. I need to eat some of your money. It's been a long time since I ate your money. So I beg, let's do and send me, let's find more reasons why I should chop your money and send me more to chop. Yeah? No, I don't chop your money for nothing. When I chop your money, I will give you something in return, often learning, often growth and development. Yeah, Mami Chumesiwa, how are you? Yeah, they are treating you the way they are because you are poor, Sister Joyce, because you don't have enough money. I know you think your bank account is a bank account, but not all bank accounts are classmates. Huh? Not all bank accounts are classmates. Somebody with a platinum card is going to have a whole different experience with you on your basic card, even with the same bank. Those with business banking. Yeah, Pamela, hello sis. Those with business banking are going to be treated in different ways from those of you with personal banking. Yeah. So my friend, start a business. Hello, Swan. Hello. Do you understand? Hey, I think I found a swan who understands English. Hello, Swan, and it stopped. Yeah. Start a business, my dear. Grow your business. Get a business card. You'll find that your life changes completely. You don't like your mobility. Don't worry too much, Emmanuel. Make money. 100,000 euros, 200,000 euros. You can buy nationalities in most of these European countries. And if you had a European passport, your movement would change instantaneously. These are some of the things that you can do to change the life that you live. I've just realized the life I live is so far removed from the life that I used to live. And it's taking me time to really think and realize some of the differences between the life I live now and what I used to live. Cynthia, how I live now in comparison to how I used to live, completely different. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully my musings serve you somehow. My next bit, the last thing, is to go and find me a beautiful cafe so I can buy some gorgeous breakfast, pull my laptop and work for an hour in this glorious sunshine, and then after an hour I'm going to go do the cable car. Or should I go do the cable car and come back? Actually, I think it might be more sensible to go do the cable car, ride myself out, and then head out to come sit here and chill before I head towards the airport. Yes, hopefully my musings and ramblings on serve some of you. Personally, they serve me a lot. When I finish these conversations, I feel very energized. I feel my backside has been licked. It gives me encouragement to work even more to make sure that I improve my social standing, that I increase my social capital, that I reduce my poverty, if not eliminate it completely. Poverty alleviation is one of the most important things to go on if you want to live well. You want to eliminate poverty from your life. And in fact, you want people to see you and not associate poverty with you. People should see you and think that poverty does not operate anywhere near you. So I said to this girl, well, I bought this bag when I used to be financially comfortable. At the moment, I'm not. And she says, well, the fact that you have not been uncomfortable in the past is a good place. And yeah, you know, being able to buy that bag and carry that bag says a lot. And I said to her, well, it could have also been a gift. Well, she says, if you have somebody who rates you enough to give it to you as a gift, again, that still tells a story about who you are. And I'm like, oh, that is so true. So true. I'm not asking you to go empty your bank account to go buy insignificant, irrelevant things, no. But I'm saying that you want to improve your standing, yeah, Nana, so that the little telling things in your life tell a story that helps others to treat you well. Yeah. When they see your card, when you share your contact details with them, they should look at you and think, oh, that's an influential person. That's an important person. That's a person who matters. I thought I'll go and sit here, but I won't. Let me share this with you. But look, can you imagine this is a place you could sit? Bilal, how you doing? Yeah, look, maybe I might come here later to come sit here to work, especially in the shade in those trees. Beautiful. And I was there busy yakking, almost forgot that I was waiting for you. This girl is a trip. Anyway, yeah. Become So that when you accidentally mention something about you, people go to check your LinkedIn and they realize that you are significant. Yeah, become. So that when people check you out, they find you worthy. Become. So that the position people adopt around you is not disrespect. Become, my dear, become. So that your life matters. When people work around you. Ooh. Yep. Become. Because I think it's important for your life that you become. Become. It will change the life you live. Some people have the door open for them when they walk in. And there is something very funny about doing well. When you do well, it becomes an expectation that people will treat you well. You demand it. And it's visible. Even in your body language, it's visible. Sometimes you meet certain people and you look at them and you realize, no, this is not one for me to mess about with. This is not one of them. No. And then there are some people by default, you feel emboldened to just take your nonsense to. Yeah. Why do you think? And no, I think we need to remove the racial card from these conversations because it's actually not racial. It's not. You can take people from the same race and the reactions and responses are not the same. There are other factors. To me, those factors are more significant. Crying the race card is a waste of your time because you are not going to change your race either. You can't change your race. You can't. So no point crying over that one. No point wasting your time. What you should do instead is focus on the things. Nana, how are you doing? Focus on the things that you can. Get a certificate. Get a degree. Undergo an apprenticeship. Become an expert in something incredible. Be the only one who can do things. Till this date, I am still the world's leading researcher in my area of expertise. It feels wonderful when you go to academic circles. It does. Where I'm heading today, Sister Adjoa, where I'm heading today, I am going to be the only in the room, as usual. The only, representing the whole group. I'm always the only. But when I am in this group, they don't disrespect me. No, they don't. They don't maltreat me. No, they don't. In fact, they do the exact opposite. This is a very specific niche thing that I do. The people who do this thing with me are themselves aware of what it takes to do what we do. I respect them regardless of their background, and they do exactly the same to me. They respect me right back. Also, regardless of my skin color, regardless of the other factors, the things that I have been able to change about myself overrides the things that I can't change about myself. You can shine in so many areas that people become blind to the thing that you don't want discussed. Honestly, when the Millionaire Club meets, they don't worry about skin color. The Millionaire Club meets and they do want to discuss millions. And if you have it in your bank account, you are welcome as a member. And they will talk millions with you regardless of your skin tone. When you are poor and the Millionaire Club does not accept you or welcome you, don't cry and say that it's because of your skin. It's not. It's because of the emptiness of your bank account. Gabriel, let's call a spade so that we can move forward from some of these positions. Hi, Clara. Yeah, we'll call a spade. The distinguished people are not greeting you because you are undistinguished. They recognize each other. They respect each other. You are not a member of the club. And no, it's not because of your skin color. It's because you do not belong in the club. So if you want, yes, if you want to belong, look at the club registration. Look at the membership requirements. Look at it carefully. No, don't lie to yourself about the factors that don't really play. When intelligent people meet, they recognize other intelligent people, and they are so focused on intelligence that they forget the other factors. This might be a good place. Oh. Okay, let me live. You go to Hobanoff, I might as well just sit here and let it turn and take me to the Hobanoff. Yeah. All the cool people don't invite you to the cool people club. The main reason why they don't invite you is because you are not cool. Sister Mary, you are not cool. The cool kids recognize each other, and you are not cool. That's why they don't call you. I've been to places where what they are doing is expensive, and they know that some people within the groups might not be able to afford. And I've seen those who can afford worried and bothered about not wanting to offend the ones who can't afford.
Bahnhofskirch, Hauptbahnhof, main station.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. Yeah, maybe. And Aggie. We are having this conversation. I hope that it's therapeutic for us. I hope that it liberates us from certain things that we can deceive ourselves with, and it helps us to figure out the things that we should dwell on and remove ourselves from the things that are a waste of our time if we dwell on. Yeah, that is the most important consideration. Anyway, let me love you, let me give you, and let me go find my ticket stopper and head towards the cable cars, because I must ride those cable cars today. I certainly must. Yeah. Shadi, how you doing? So anyway, hopefully we have a few of us who can deal with facts on the ground, and we can cope with those facts, and we don't need anybody to lie to us, and we don't lie to ourselves either. I hope that we find such people in our midst. I really do hope that you are here. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go and get myself a pretzel. I looked at it earlier on in the morning. I've been telling you guys a lot of things I had forgotten. One of the things that has also shocked me is how much smoke, secondary smoking you do walking these European streets. Ooh. The secondary smoke. Lord have mercy. I have smoked more today than I had the last decade. Everywhere. Whew. But anyway, I love you, but I'm going to leave you. And I will see you, hopefully, when I am at the cable cast. Yeah?